Again. Alright, I'm making this video fully cognizant of the fact that it will not resonate with everyone, and there are, as it is, very few visitors. I guess this channel has just started, and it'll organically grow when it has to. It will sprout as it gets more conducive environment. No hurry. There is a talk that I keep having with my close knit of friends and relatives, my tribe, about the goodness, the innate goodness in people, the innate badness. So what I'm going to talk about is connected to theology slash energetic setup slash metaphysics, in trying to explore what goodness or badness and the horrendous crimes that we keep seeing around us, what could it basically mean. It's just an exploration. We may never get quantifiable results of things. I mean, as precise as quantifiable results. There will always be an air of mist around things. However, to a large extent, we can make head or tails out of things. Each one of us may try and put in our effort to demystify things, and this is going to be an effort in that direction itself. The goodness and the badness. Different religions have references of different categories of energies. I'll start with my own religion, which I may or may not follow strictly, but I have a deep-seated respect for it, for the kind of knowledge it provides, minus the ceremonial bit that came during the Renaissance period. The unadulterated version of Hinduism is something that I'm quite satisfied with. There are other religions as well. I don't see it as religion. I see it as sort of a science that developed years ago, millions, thousands, not millions, thousands of years ago, to basically help people in a certain region. So not going too deep into what religion is all about, what I think about it, what people think about it, because basically I just find it as an instruction manual to make our lives easy. I'll plunge into something that I was intending to talk about, and that is the goodness and the badness. In Hinduism, while horoscope is made of a certain individual, there is a category called Gan, or the category that a person is born into. Is the person who's born into, is he or she is a Manushya, that is human, or born under Rakshas or demons group, or is a Dev or a god category. That doesn't mean that the person who's born under Dev's category is a god. That doesn't mean that the person who's born into Rakshas Gan is a demon or a devil. It just means the kind of traits that you will have. We were talking about the other day in my last video how there are geometric patterns. If this is the solar system, of course, like always, a rough sketch, and this is Earth, we have photons coming from different galaxies entering into this our own system, and the photons come through a geometric pattern which we know as Nakshatra or constellation. There are different constellations. And you would know that people who have studied Nakshatra, that if you're born under a Rakshas Nakshatra or a Manushya Nakshatra or whatever, the Deva Nakshatra, it's the light that's passing through these constellations. You're born under a certain Nakshatra. So let's say if you're born at a certain time when the moon was facing this Nakshatra, this constellation, the light that passed through opened the portals to be of a certain kind so that the photons that reach your existence, made you fall into a certain category. You're manufactured, if you're born under Rakshas Nakshatra, to be self-serving. You think you're right in having certain beliefs. You think you're right in wanting certain things that you want, and you would do anything to get them. Get those things. To have your desires met. To have what you want. You're extremely self-serving. What happens when you stay when you stay with people, zillions of people around you? You can't be self-serving all the time, because that's when conflict of interest would take place, and that's when wrong things, horrendous things happen, bad things happen. It's my interest versus yours, and I will do anything to get what I want. So that's Rakshas Gan for you, that's demon group for you. And what about Manushya? Manushya is a person that receives a certain photon filtering through certain constellation when he or she was born. A certain pattern was falling on that part of the earth where he is taking birth, where the mother is birthing a child. And then he becomes a person who's at times self-serving and at times feeling a tug of war inside him, what he should do, what is for the larger good of the society. Should he be crossing lines? What he is doing, is it right or wrong? He explores certain things. He can get self-destructive, swayed by at times by the misalignment of the chakra, the nerves that produce in him the electromagnetic waves that make him more experimentative. He may fall prey to certain wrong energies, or he may elevate himself. Whereas in Rakshas Gan, you're all about exploring and experimenting, and your only root chakra, sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. The three chakras, call them Chakra, or the clusters of nerves that are responsible for material gains, for pleasure seeking, are active. The higher vibrations, or the higher chakras, or the higher nerve clusters aren't active, which are responsible for your alignment with other people. You're not a team player, you are not fun to work with, or you may come across as a very authoritative figure who has it his way, my way or the highway. And it's really not fun to be with such certain stubborn energies like that, who don't take into account, who have no idea what others are feeling, who have, excuse me, all right, fine. And then we have Theyve Gone, or the godly Gone, or the godly category. Now these are the people who are the old souls. Before venturing into something that may result into something bad, like let's say some dangerous activities, something wrong to others, they know beforehand that this is not going to be the right thing. They have the knowledge. This whole life is a deja vu for them. They have been there, done that. They've learned their lessons. So before even touching, maybe I'm just giving you an example, drugs or alcohol, any substance or any chemical, they know this is going to be wrong. Before maybe physically harming a person, they know this is going to be a dark, a shadowy, destructive energy, so that they don't even go there. Even though they have to struggle a lot, they have to keep their own needs at the lowest priority, but they wouldn't do it any other way. They wouldn't want people to follow the beliefs that they follow. They want them to be free individuals. They're Others' happiness is what they are facilitating, and that's Theyve Gone for you. Now, this is all about the horoscopes category of Gun. Now, talking about certain other pieces of knowledge that we have gathered over time is of the category which is known as Earth Souls, Star Seeds, Light Bringers. What are these? Now, all souls are the souls that have gone through the cycle of being connected to the earth for a long time. They may have originated maybe like an earthworm from the earth's surface, and they may have then upgraded themselves with years of learning into plant, that is the most selfless entity on earth, giving oxygen to everyone, absorbing carbon dioxide. When trees are cut, they say nothing, they give fruits when they're alive, and so on. So when they are connected to earth for a long time in the form of different energies, that's earth soul. So when they take birth as humans, they feel quite connected to animals like dogs and domestic animals, and they're very connected to gardens and plants, and they feel very attached to the 3D activity of the world. They may not be bad, they may take birth as, they may be earth souls and taking birth into Theyve Gone. In that case, they'll be connected to the earth's activity in bringing about larger good to the society. Just like few big businessmen, they may be indulged in their complete life with the earth activities, the 3D form of energy, that is money, that is cash, that is currency, selling products that are again matter. But they end up spending their money into larger good of the society. So those are the people, those are the earth souls, that may have taken birth as in the Theyve Gone, in the godly category. Earth souls that take birth into in the category of Manushya or human would be dallying between goodness and badness. They'll be connected to for example, the financial activities, banking activities, business activities, but they find themselves drawn equally to money, and they find themselves equally drawn to doing good things in life. They find themselves drawn towards experimenting, towards pleasure seeking, whichever way, hedonistic pursuits they may have. So those are earth souls for you. Then you have star seeds. Now this is a category that always feels out of place. They always feel that they are the misfits. They don't feel as though they are at home. Even when they're at home, they feel something is missing. That is believed to be energy coming from other galaxy into our own system for a certain purpose. These are the energies that have much higher vibration. They birth on earth to raise the vibration of earth, because earth's vibration can be raised when the collective vibration is raised. The average percent of a certain class in a school increases when more and more people, most children, most students get high scores. That's when the average rises. So the average vibration of the earth would rise when most of us would deal in higher vibrations. That is, our heart is a fountain of emotions for others. We speak well through our throat chakra. We are always aware that no matter what influence we may have, our own circumstances, our planetary circumstances. We will not hurt others through our words. That's throat chakra for you. Then the vibration of the head chakra, that's when we think good things. There is shadow side, there is good side, light side, and the creation has given us right to choose. Of course there's badness, of course there's evil, of course there's a shadow, but we have a right to choose, and we will concentrate on light. We will concentrate on good things. We will concentrate on the right things, and that's when your head chakra is in order. And the crown chakra, when our actions, when our vibrations, everything is towards establishing harmony. That's when your head chakra and your all chakras have found higher vibration. And when all of us are in the same state, Earth as a planet would find itself in a raised state of vibration, and that's when we will align with other energetic entities in the universe that have the same vibration. So star seekers are the people who have come from other galaxies to raise the vibration of the planet, of people around them. They may not remember where they came from, and they go through certain very, very challenging event in their life, which wakes them up. They lose their bearings at times and are called crazy and mad for a certain period of time, because they're just not able to make sense. When they suddenly wake up with a jolt, that jolt really makes them lose their bearings, as I said. And when they find their bearings, they are on the path. It's not an easy task to leave the mire of attachment, the mire of desires, to see your loved ones distancing from you, to not see your ambitions coming true, not bearing fruit, and then certain events that wakes them up. That's star seeds. And then there are light bringers. What are these light bringers? They're pretty much coming from the other galaxies. Very high vibration. The difference between them, the star seeds and light bringers, is that when things go very wrong, these are the people who may have a very, very tough life, but they have a single focus of salvaging others around them from a bad situation. Now this is the long and short of it. This is the old sketch from my last video, and there is a reason why I use this. Why do we have planetary influence? Because each planet would represent something. Like if you're going through a transit of sun, that may give you a lot of fame, but that may, if you don't handle it well, it can go, the shadow side of it is notoriety, because you start abusing your fame, you start dissipating, relaying wrong ideas. Then for example, you are going through a transit of Rahu, that's north node. You may lose your mind. There may be abrupt wrongness. The tower moments are caused by this. Keep your desires under control. Don't let it go run amok. Then you have your Venus. You may like good things in life, or great dresses. If you're born under a certain Tara, for example, a red Tara, you may always feel yourself you may want to portray yourself, project yourself as an enchantress and stuff of that sort. But then keeping things in balance would be the trick. Once you've gone through all the lessons, in any case, you are going to ascend. So the last breath will take away, will will take away your soul away from your physical body. The ether will go into the universe here, somewhere here. Some people believe that you have certain Akashic records where all the records or the catalogs of a person's thoughts, ideas, actions of a person's past, present, and future are kept in this particular zone. And accordingly, there is certain meeting going on, a sort of a round table conference kind of a thing going on, a tea party going on, where people are assigned jobs for future. So this is the place of Akashic records, the etheric plane, right? So after you've completed your cycle, you ascend here, and if you've done well, then you ascend here. Otherwise, your spirit may get very heavy, and instead of going to these constellations, these geometric patterns, these mandals, your spirit is so heavy that it descends into the deepest parts of earth, and that's Patal Lok for you, or the underworld. And then again you take birth as a earthworm, or some slow or as a living organism, low in hierarchy. I guess this is it. I hope it was an interesting bit for people who are looking into answers. Bye, you guys. Stay around, stick around. Let there be light, either through this particular medium or any other things. Let's dissipate more and more knowledge. Bye bye.